Hi guys, Mitch King with Trade Stocks America with the Thursday morning April 1st, 2010 daily stock report. Here's the Dow 30, down 0.5% today. Got some negative economic news from the ADP employment change. They expected 40,000 jobs gained in March, but there was a loss of 23,000. The Purchasing Managers Index was also more negative, was slightly more negative, so that kind of cast a negative tone on the market today, which, as you know, the market doesn't need much of an excuse to sell. It needs a stronger excuse to buy than it does to sell. So stocks sell off easier than they do go up. Same thing on the NASDAQ Composite, down 0.5%. So this flattening out here you're seeing at the top is really nothing to be too concerned about right in here. And we could see a little bit of a pullback like we're starting and then starting to head back up a little later. I will point out that the volatility index is quite low of 17.5, and when the VIX is low, the saying of look out below in the stock market is correlated with each other. We can stay low like this for quite some time, as you've seen here in the last few weeks here in March. And when you go back in history and look at reducing volatility that's fairly low, the markets are usually going up. And that's just exactly what we've seen. These spikes here is when we have sharp sell-offs, and they're usually buying opportunities for us in the last year or so. So it's a little bit of a challenge at the top of these markets, which way the market's going to go. You always want to keep your stop losses in. This last wave of stock ideas are selling off a little bit really gradually, so you want to keep those stops in. You don't want to take large losses. We're really not trying to go for home runs on these stocks. Here's RIG, Transocean. It's an oil and gas stock. Moved up quite a bit today, almost 4%. $86 was our target price. I think tomorrow's the right day to sell this, with the idea we're not expecting oil to really run away on a big run, on a big bull run. So it'll be a good opportunity to get that profit. Here's that China Synergy, turned down today. It was mentioned on the report to sell on that in the next 1 to 3 days. So that position's closed. Here's another one here that was closed today. Small profit. We're really trying to think of preserving what we have, reducing some of the long positions. We've got quite a few on that list. Here is WMGI, Wright Medical. This was the short that's not working so far. Still giving it a little bit of time to see if this turns over sometime this next week. $18 is the stop loss that was just about hit today at $17.96. So we're looking for a correction in this stock. And if it doesn't do that, hits 18, go ahead and close it and take a small loss. Here's MDR, McDermott, still on an uptrend. Typical chart. Here's SanDisk, typical chart pattern we've been seeing in the last 3, 4, or 5 days. Flattening and then turning down a little bit. Still looking for an uptrend. We're looking for some of these stocks to start recovering and go to higher high and just keep moving up like it's been doing here the last couple months. Here's CHK, Chesapeake Energy, Independent Oil and Gas, also moved up today, along with RIG. Looking to hold this a little bit longer than RIG, maybe a couple days. Want to talk about a stock we saw today during the market that was quite strong during the pre-market, which is from 8 a.m. to 9:30 Eastern. We're on the West Coast, so at 5 a.m. to 6:30 is the pre-market, and this was moving around between 580 and 630, and then it just really moved up. So this was an excellent short all day. Here's a 5-minute chart of it, and the stock came from 350. Let's change this around a little bit. Here's ARQL. Stock was strong for most of the day, and we do a crosshair here. We'll show you right here was $7.49 was the high print, closed at 578, which was a big drop, and that's almost a 30% potential profit on the short side. We traded this both long and short today, and this stock is going to be a real good intraday scalping stock tomorrow as well, both long and short. And when you look at the daily chart here on this, that this would be ideal if it runs back up to 6.25, probably shorten this again. This is probably going to be not going to be held over the weekend, and we'll probably likely see a similar pattern that we saw today. Either way, don't get leveraged, don't build big positions that could hurt you, because really building a big position causes you to have a lot higher emotions. So you guys take care, put the odds in favor, have a great 3-day weekend. We'll talk to you Sunday. Have a great Easter.